In the theocratic play The Crucible, Arthur Miller criticized the American society by presenting that reputation outweighs morality and ethics because there is a fear of not having one's belongingness fulfilled. He bases off from the witch trials that happened in Salem, Massachusetts in the 17th century when a group of girls made false accusations of witchcraft in their Puritan society. While their accusations were not provided with credible evidence, they became victorious, and the accused were left in the shadows of injustice. In the beginning of the play, Miller demonstrates the significance of reputation and pride, and highlights the denial of truth. He wrote, "Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you, for now my ministry's at stake. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not to be taken unaware when I go before them down there." Because of Reverend Parris's status as a church leader, he fears that his daughter's condition will get them excommunicated by the church and the community, since there had been such instances in New England. As the play progressed, the focus of the play shifted to the main character, John Proctor. John was described to be a farmer with a dignified aura, which gave his character potential. His wife Elizabeth was accused by Reverend Parris's niece Abigail of having practiced witchcraft. Although John was projected to be a man who makes a fool realize his foolishness, the way he is seen by Elizabeth is tainted with his affair with Abigail. Because of the accusations, John was provoked to stand for his wife and his name, and challenged the power of the court. John said, "I falter nothing, but I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court." The random and false accusations spread like a wildfire that even Rebecca Nurse, the person who had one of the best reputations in town, was involved. There may have been others that were accused, but John's assertion and dedication to his name were opposed by the judiciary. In the midst of the witch trials, the flaws of the judiciary and their approach to the issue were strongly evident. When the accusers and the accused were brought in to be interrogated, there was a bias in the accusers. However, as the audience of the play, they were able to see Miller's emphasis in how people wish to keep their reputation, even if it takes them to commit slander and character assassination. Abigail, the perpetrator of the controversy, said, "I don't my duty pointing out the devil's people, and this is my reward? To be mistreated, denied, questioned like a..." It was Abigail's group that shared and spread stories about the innocent people in their town, but she considers her action as a duty of a law-abiding citizen. Considering a historian's view, Edmund S. Morgan wrote that Arthur Miller has simplified the legal transactions involved in the trials and assigned to some individuals judicial powers that they did not have. He has transformed Abigail Williams from a child into a woman and given her a love affair with his principal character, John Proctor, a love affair that is nowhere suggested by the records. Morgan also pointed out that it is understood for an artist to modify a fragment of history for the aesthetic person of the artist's work and to voice out a message that could possibly be overlooked. Another thing to consider, The Crucible was published in the 1950s when McCarthyism and the Red Scare were the societal problems in the United States. Careers and reputations were shattered because the United States also had a witch hunt for communists. In fact, Miller himself was brought to the House Un-American activities because of this play. In conclusion, The Crucible exhibits the immorality that people is capable of doing in order for them to protect their names. Although John Proctor and other innocent people were punished and put to death, their theocratic society eventually dissolved. Compensation was given by the government to the people, But justice still did not prevail. Christopher Bigsey said that the Crucible is a study of a man who wishes, above all, to believe that he has invested his life with meaning, but cannot do so if he betrays himself through betraying others. John Proctor's flaw is his failure until the last moment to distinguish guilt from responsibility. America's is to believe that it is at the same time both guilty and without flaw. With this, Miller successfully portrayed the parallel of the American society in the 1950s and the Puritans in Salem, Massachusetts in the 17th century.